Hello, everybody. We're going to be talking about comics and how they're not dying. They're never going to die so long as they're humans, and how much people are overreacting. And I know this is a scary time, and I do not mean to make light of anything that has happened, anything that is going on, anything that is about to happen. There is definitely a time that we have ahead of us, which is going to be challenging. There's no way that we can't admit that. However, throwing in the towel and saying that this is the end, comics are done, this is the Armageddon, this is where it all ends, all of that is just panic speak, and it is unnecessary noise that isn't true. Let me explain something. We will survive this. We will have losses. We will have to make changes after this. All of that is very true, and that is all coming to be. So I don't want anyone thinking that I'm making light of what we're facing. I am not. This is not what today is about. However, I can tell you that we are going to survive. We are going to push past this. I'm not on camera today right now because I would look angry, and that's not the message I want to send to you guys. I want to send you that I totally believe that the future is going to have comics in it. We're going to survive this. We're going to rise up. We're going to inspire people by the stories that we tell. We are coming, and we are coming for the future, and we're going to continue to tell stories. Nothing has changed. Nothing will change when it comes to creation. We're going to continue to create, and anything we're going to be inspired, because you're locking us away. You're locking authors. You're locking artists. You're locking writers alone in their own little bubble. For the first time, we're actually starting to sit down and process all of this. Creatively, we are changed by what we experience and what we go through, and we're experiencing something big right now, something that's going to change us. And I'm excited about it personally. And I want to get into all the great things that are going on. I want to start talking to you about all the awesomeness. There's so much to catch you guys up on right now. It's not over. It's just beginning. The only thing that is happening is that we're going to continue to get books into creators' hands. So we're going to check some stuff out. We're going to go into the social media sphere, and we're going to talk about some great comic books. We're going to talk about some great things that are happening, and we're going to get to it. So that's what we're going to do today, and I'm going to be your voice of reason. And I mean, you guys all should be a little worried when you're making me the voice of reason, but today that's exactly what I am. I'm going to inspire you guys to get past this fear-mongering that some people are putting on you, and I understand that, and I don't want you to be afraid. I'm here for you. I want you to understand that we are going to survive this. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about was my site. It's actually why I was a little late today, and I do apologize for that, but I got into creating on my own site and actually updating it. I got some new looks, some fancy new bannerage going on. I got some awesome deals headed up, and I wanted to show you guys that me, as a creator myself, I am actually giving you guys a deal to get some great books, and I want to see more creators do that. We're reaching out to you, letting you know that you're not alone, and we're right beside you right here, right now. And here is my new look on my page. You guys can notice the updated thing to match my site where I sell Written Sins comics. I wanted them to identify and look like each other. MrAnderson.com, which we can get here. Where is it? If you guys look, I have a bunch of links here. There it is. Mr. Anderson has also gotten a little bit of a face update, and that's something you guys should be doing right now, is updating your sites, putting some more stuff in. You know, spend the time to create. That's all I can tell you guys. And I am still the Unboxable Advocating Creator, and I love advocating for you guys. So I really hope that you guys are not giving up and you are still here. And we are also live on the YouTube channel. Remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. Hit the notification button as well, and make sure that you're staying on with everything indie and underground and comics related. And I'm going to try to give you everything we know. All right, so I'm going to talk about some great features, and I'm going to open this up to you guys. I know people are scared right now, so I'm actually going to invite people to have a conversation with us. I will let anyone come on today to have a conversation with me. We're dropping the link right there, and I'm going to drop it in some other places so people know that they are welcome. And I'm just going to take this to the side where you guys can't see it. I am home with Jax because a lot of us are facing changes. My son is now home with me consistently, so I definitely understand people feeling like the world is different. It is a little different for now. We're going to get past this. We're going to have changes. But in this change time, we also have to change how we do things. This is an adapt or die moment. Again, if you guys want to come on, you're free to come on the show today. I am welcoming all people to have conversations today. So if you guys want to be part of a conversation, I'm open to it. And I'm open to you guys having a conversation with me about anything you guys want. If you guys are fearful, if you guys want to just talk and have a breather, we're here, we're open, we're live. And I'm going to put that in our chat comment too. And this is OnCon. So OnCon, you can't replace an actual comic book convention. It is just not possible. I fully understand this. I am absolutely aware of the fact that you can't replace a Comic-Con. You can't give a person the feel of walking around a room, the smell. Every place has like a unique smell. So I understand that, but it doesn't mean that I'm not going to give you something to entertain you. So we came up with OnCon. Now it's ON-CONN, and that's for online comic book connections. And what it is we're using the online atmosphere to help you guys connect. So I want you guys to have a place to go. And today we're going to go over some of the elements of it right now. And, oops, I'm in the wrong screen. Here we go. So right here we have a directory. You can click the link, go to the directory, and instantly see this. Now, of course, as that loads, you've all heard by now that Diamond has said that they're no longer going to be publishing books. As of recording this, I have not found anything that says Marvel or DC has stopped production, but there are some other independent publishers, some, I don't know, middle tier publishers. What I would call them is small press publishers. I wouldn't call them independent. They're definitely attached small press publishers who have announced that they are putting their pens down. And, you know, financially, some of us are suffering. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I am financially suffering during this time. We have a lot of money out, and we've had some horrible shows. I'm not alone in this. That's why I'm saying we. So, I don't know. It has not been the easiest course as of now to do this. So, we need to come up with inventive things. So that's why I created OnCon. Here are some of the features of OnCon for you guys. And if you're wondering, well, Rob, how does this work? I've actually developed probably an easy way. I'm hoping it's an easy way for you guys to actually explore different aspects of what a convention would be. I even created this 99-cent PDF. I encourage everyone to actually make a 99-cent PDF. I've turned all my PDFs that are mine personally into 99 cents. The Avocator is not part of that because that was not a decision for me to make alone. I am going to be reaching out to Travis and Chuck in the next 24 hours to ask them if we can put the Avocator up for 99 cents each issue. But that I'll have to get permission for. But my books all are 99 cents now. I'm also going to be giving you guys an incentive pack where you can get the entire Barbara Unleashed for $2.99 as a PDF that's over 100 pages for just $2.99. Yeah, I'm right, $2.99. And there you can get Jack's Jack's story that we recently redid for 99 cents, or you can get the Cat and Supermom for 99 cents, or you can get all of those titles for $5. I'm working on that. Give me a little bit of time. This is what we got to do. We got to make deals. We got to get people aware that there is still comic books and that we can still promote them. So on OnCon, we also have an artist alley. People are putting their stuff in. This is a great way to showcase your stuff. Your art, I should say. The stuff comes in with merch and crafts. Yes, we made a merch and crafts section. We also have creator space. That's for anyone who creates something. If you're a publisher and you didn't exactly know where to go, creator space could be a place for you. If you're just a creator, there are some people out there who aren't artists, who aren't writers, but they just create. Well, here's creator space for you. Then we have web comics. That's right. We made a partition for web comics. And then you have this week's panel. We've been doing panels every day. We're going to do panels today at 4 p.m. And then if you just have PDFs for sale and they're not on sale, we have a section for you guys for PDFs for sale. We also made something for Patreon, as well as a cosplay corral and a writer's row. Now, to get to all these places, all you got to do is click the image, and then you'll instantly be taken to them. We also have OnCon Presents video and podcasts. So if you're doing a video or a podcast, this is a great place to put it in. Of course, this all goes to here. Now, I know a lot of people have asked me privately, why am I doing something that does not involve indie advocates? Why not just promote indie advocates right now? And the best answer I can get is just the most honest answer. You have to, and I don't know how to put this any other way than this, you have to make something inviting to everyone. Indie advocates is always known as mine. Whether I wanted it to be or not, I felt that people would they know. Either there's an indie advocates. We have, last I checked, we're so close to 41,000 subscribers. So people know about indieadvocates.com. I wanted to create something on social media that could be easily created and easily used by many people. Being on social media makes it very shareable. So when you come in here, look, prove to the world comics aren't done. Post your creations, promotions, and crowdfunding below. Share this so we rise and prove we are not going anywhere but into the hands of readers. And look, we have right here, right now, we have a Kickstarter. So what we're going to do is we're going to prove that the world isn't full of zombies. They're full of people who need to be entertained. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to be entertained by a pretty cool video brought to us by Jonathan Hedrick, and it's the Freak Show Princess relaunch, and we're going to check it out. So here we go, right now. See, the only thing that's dead are the people chasing that poor woman. So we still have Kickstarters going on. Everything is still alive. Everything is still going on. You see these creators. We got something from, let's see what we got in here. We got Shell City on Webtoons. It's from our friend Danny Smith. Michael Cohen has been uploading one page of Tangled River a week over 5 years. What's going on, Ari? Here we go. Check out that art. The art's pretty cool. Imagine the dedication to a week for over one page a week for over 5 years. So you're talking off the top of my head, if I'm doing my math right. We'll have actually Echo do it. Echo, 52 times 5. I think it's 260.
2 times 5 is 260.
Yep, 260 pages have been uploaded. Now, I'm sure let's take 30 out for holidays and such, but that's a lot. I am certainly impressed by you, Michael Cohen. Good job, dude. I'm definitely going to be checking out that webcomic, and this is the perfect time to be playing with some web comics, having web comics at your disposal. Everyone's talking about the industry dying. It's not dying, it's evolving. It's adapt or die time. And I credit to Danny Smith for adapting and moving her project onto Webtoons. Let's take a look at that. Because I'm a huge fan of Danny Smith, and she's got two things up here, and I'm not going to show them to you because I want you to go there. Twin Glander Swordsman, as he has sacrificed himself in exchange for the lives of his fawn tribe. With this freedom ripped away, he finds himself in the service of Drake, a cunning and powerful styried chief, known for his insufferable cruelty. When Drake returns from a raid with a new prize, the intensely beautiful Ione, a nine-tailed fox maiden trained in the magic arts, as he will be forced to risk life and limb for a chance at love, freedom in this romantic, action-packed punk fairy tale. I'm in. I'm all in. Ari says, being my first Indiegogo, I'm having trouble with traction with my project. Much to my shame. Don't be shamed, man. Look, and never be afraid of failure, because failure is even success, because you've tried. You have done something most people are only talking about. Let's take a look at your project, and maybe I can give you some insights if you'd like, live while we're hanging out today. And if you want, we dropped a link in there. You're free to come on to the actual program. I know you've been trying to get onto it. We actually have a moment right now. If you want to jump on right now with me. There's the link. If you can't, don't worry about it. I'm still going to bring up your project. I just got to track it down on social media because the comments aren't going. I don't know why, but every so often the comments do not go directly where they're supposed to go. So give me just 1 second. And I'm going to call up my Facebook. And we were on a very grand show last night talking about actually just that, about how comics are the Chicken Little aspects happening because Diamond is shutting down. And I understand why Diamond is, you know what? I'm not happy with what Diamond's doing, but at least they're talking about helping. So I'm not going to go down too hard on them. I always think that they've hurt the industry more than they've ever helped it. But I am not a fan. I am not a fan of how they have treated the masses. And let's just be honest, they've never really been good to indie. But right now they're trying to do right by the shops, the mom and pop shops that are out there. So I'm supportive of that. I really, really am. So we're going to take a look at, I think Ari's going to come on. If I'm saying his name wrong, I'm sure he'll help me say it right in just a few minutes when he jumps on. We'll keep this open. I wanted to say, I have it already on our, oh wait, I can probably grab it off of here. Let me see if I can grab it and give it to us. I am doing all types of magical stuff right now to make us get that. Give me 1 second. You guys are going to hear a beep option. Hopefully. Or I'll just cheat and do this. The one good thing about Apple is that you get interactive stuff. So, all right. So here we go. This is Sunspot, and we'll give it a few minutes, and we'll start talking. And this is a comic book and pop culture magazine for adults, and it's underground. It's got 9 days left. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to bring them on, and we're going to have a conversation. So now with OnCon, well, I give them a couple minutes. So you got a lot of people, panel applications are open for New York City Comic Con. I'll apply. I have very little hope that I'm going to be accepted. I do appreciate Gamal telling us about it. He's great guy. I've actually heard him speak. I'm a big fan of his. I actually should friend request him. He's a great, smart, intelligent, sharp lawyer. Definitely someone you want to know. You're welcome, Glenn B, for the invitation. We got Marky Comics showing up. I shared this from CB Zane. This is definitely in my wheelhouse of fandom right here. We do some humor. We try to cheer you guys up on OnCon. We try to put in some hee-hee, ha-ha, hoo-hoos. We have 153 members. It's growing. Remember, 2 weeks ago, this wasn't a thing. This all started because we were going to do a garage con. Emerald City talked about closing. No one knew it was going to happen over the next 2 weeks. And 2 weeks later, we're just about 2 weeks removed from, well, we are 2 weeks removed from the announcement, and we're just 2 weeks after when the show would have happened, and we've all adjusted, and we're making changes. And one of those changes is Bleeding Cool is no longer taking in new comics. Diamond Comics. That's Bleeding Cool covered it first. That's how we were made aware of it, giving them credit. Diamond Comics distributor is no longer taking new comics. And here's some panels we've done throughout the week. The weeks now. We've actually been going at this for a while. You got a panel. And the cool thing about these panels is that they were designed to last past this pandemic. So now we'll have an active library of panels. We're making do with our time. One of those is storyline to ink. Let me start over. On-con panels, ideas, storyline, ideas to ink, storyline development. I don't know why that tripped me up so much. We had how to pace a story, fixing errors before publication. We had ICR with the one, the only Roland Man. 101 Writers 101 from novel to comics with Brian K. Morris. ICR with Kayla's creator, Brent Larson. Geek Girl comes to ICR as we had. And you notice we're having all these different ICR interviews. We've actually brought back creator talks. We're doing so many interviews right now. And we're going to really expand ICR to be about the business of talking about comics. That's why we're talking so much about OnCon. And we're talking about how to keep promoting yourself. We have writing into comics and then branding and social media presence, an OnCon panel. And of course, Steve Jeppy announces Diamond is ceasing the that's my dyslexia, I'm sorry, distribution of new weekly product, and that he's actually the owner of Diamond. That's why that's important. And we took a break. We break apart the network building, and this was a really good panel, actually. I was very excited about this one. We didn't get the panelists I wanted. There few people wound up being busy right during the panel. We're throwing all this together. It's not like they have weeks of notice to get onto these panels. And the people who are showing up, I'm very proud of. And we had Varian stop by and help me out on this one. But we also had a lot to talk about. We'll be doing another panel for this. Oops. Hold on 1 second. I gotta get rid of him. And we're going to try to get him to come on a different way. That's Ari. So like I was saying, hold on, I need to get my invite button. So we're going to be doing 201s as well. So we're going to be advancing past what we guys were just the basic beginning stuff. And we're going to be heading towards a future of doing 201s and then 301s. So you'll know your level. Like this was going to be the 101, how to do networking. We'll do a 201, which will be a little more intense. And you got some PDFs on sale for $99 from Jeff Ryder and myself. I will be bringing in some as well. And then Christy Shin is throwing some in. And Christian A. Loose. And you guys can get some stuff. And again, some information. And this was how to self-isolating alone. Animal shelters are encouraging people to foster a pet during the pandemic. Not a bad idea, right? We even had some social distancing fun. I'm not usually a huge fan of this, but, you know, we got it. Here it is. And we're going to continue to do that. And we're going to continue to entertain you guys in here as well. You got something from Matt Knowles, who gave us something from Plan C Distribution that he'd done. And oops, I didn't mean to do that. This is his site. Nothing wrong with it, but we were trying to stay at OnCon, and this is now messing us up. Here you go. Sorry, I was actually in the wrong window. So here we go. I'm back in the right window. And you got something that looks like an anime book or a manga book. And we got our NSC TV guide. Check out when all the different shows are live. And this is actually a pretty good guide. And we'll go ahead and we'll open it up and give you guys an idea of how to keep entertained. And then we did an underground panel. We had Brian K. Morris being in there as a fan and surviving as a freelancer in the 21st century. So people are also trying to give us different information, and we're getting someone set up right now. We'll be with them in just a second. And MegaCon Orlando, new dates, and Raheel, and I think our guest is set up right now, so I think we can bring him onto the stream. Hello. How do you say your first name? I think I'm saying it wrong.
It's, excuse me, sorry, frog. Early morning here. It's 7 a.m.
Oh, Ari?
Yeah.
All right.
Aru. A-R-U. Aru.
Aru. Okay.
How's it going, bud?
Tell us about it. Let's go to your project and let's see if we can win over some fans. I'll bring it up on my end, and you just start telling us about what it's about, because I can tell you just from my experience with it, you have a very long video, and it's you do a Facebook Live, and we don't see a lot of art. Why aren't we seeing necessarily a lot of art? Because when we look further into it, you have some beautiful art, but it's not being cropped right. Or is that on purpose? Are you trying to leave things out? Like, talk to me.
It's kind of there's a lot of different styles in this magazine. Because it's got at least about 43 pages of short stories, from about 3 pages to about 10 pages, and it's all different types of beautiful stories, and different creators from around the world. And because it's my first project, I just wanted to, because I love comics, I wanted to bring all this together, and I've been a fan for decades. Yeah, I didn't know how to really work at this, because I saw so many people doing so many different ways, and I just thought, well, I'll give it a go and we'll see what happens, because we're going to leave it for, I was thinking of leaving it for a while, until I got all my YouTube set up, everything set up, all my channels set up, and it was like, yeah, but then if we leave it and leave it and leave it, because this is just one of the projects where I'm involved with, because I do my own comic books as well, and as well as running a studio, as well as doing a yearly annual pop culture convention, comic book pop culture convention, and it's just, the magazine is just a way of really getting into the print medium. With comics you can do digital, you can just go, here's the digital copy, pass it around, not necessarily go to print straight away, or else you can build up with your digital and then go to print. But with the magazine, I love the idea of, the reason being is, I was looking through my other stuff today, because I'm going to be doing a live stream on our own comic page, but this is really, back in the day, this is what we only got in New Zealand to know about comic shops, what's going on in the comic industry, and of course now you got Twitter and social media, but with the print medium, it's in your hand. Like, I could just go there and pick it up, right, and show it to you like that. And because it's print, I wanted to give out special print items, especially handmade prints with it, stickers, stuff that you could actually put out, gift to friends as gifts, gift to family members. So it took a while to put it all together. It's an interesting project, because it meant that I had to look at other people's work and decide, well, this is, is this going to be fitting into the medium that we're doing? Is this already been in print? If it has, is it out of print? Because otherwise I'm not going to put it in there if it's already still in print and still available. Or what is this person's work like? And is it, because when somebody comes to me with the work, I go, well, what are their viewpoints? And I go, do I agree with it? I don't even bother with that. I don't even bother with whether I agree with their viewpoint or not. I just go, are they interesting people? So we've got so many different things. We actually got articles from around the world, in interviews from a lady over in Germany who does, who's a friend of mine now, who does 40K translations from English to German, for the Warhammer thing. You've got artists from Argentina. That guy, that one there, you just saw, that's my mate who just lives down the road from me, who's working on a new project called Red Dot that we've been working on for a few years when I had my comic shop open. So I have, this is how much I love comic books, and I'm not just some nerd who just comic books as me. No, I love comic books so much too. I actually opened up my store, and I actually put on a pop culture convention in our own city, which doesn't have one, right? With comic books. So so it's kind of like feels kind of, doing this is showing, hey, this is what we can do in New Zealand. Here's what we can do here on our side of the world. Here's what we're looking to work with everybody else around the world, and give an opportunity to just pass things around to people and go, hey, check out this magazine. That's what I used to do with Wizard, with the comic book shop pages that they used to put out. And I think it's an amazing opportunity when you have a magazine that I love the tactile and collectability of it. That's why I still hold on to my Wizard magazines, right? And in the old days, sorry for saying right all the time, just I'm so used to saying right. So Wizard would come out with these beautiful little special preview kind of little magazines in them of the comic book, and I used to go out of my way to collect them, because most of the time when we get the Wizard magazine, it'll be like months later, or you wouldn't be able to find one because the shop would only order one, because you'd only be able to get it here in comic book shops. I'm sorry, in bookstores, because there's not many comic stores in New Zealand. And we will see less now because of what's happened. And that's a concern for me. And as an indie creator, I want comic stores to stay open, because I love comic stores. Because I spent probably about 20 years, half my life in comic stores. Actually more than half my life in comic stores. And that's where I made friends. That's where I learned who was doing what, whether I should read that book, or if I should not read that book, or which is what I, for me, is that something that I would be interested in? And comic store owners are that first person contact to that environment. And so seeing all this happen now, I mean, we're in lockdown right now, so I'll be in my home for the next 4 weeks. And just for me, it's just live chatting every other day with my friends on our page and saying, hey, how are you doing today? Read a comic book, right? Read a comic book, watch a comic book movie, read manga, watch a manga, read manga, right? Follow some manga writers, and just in this time where it's stressful, do that. I'm sorry about the background, but it's like, I'm always moving things around in my apartment. It's quite a small apartment, but there's like cabinets here, cabinets everywhere, display units from the shop and stuff. But I think the magazine for me is about showing and showcasing, because at first I thought it was about doing an anthology, but everybody was doing an anthology. And, and I thought, well, why do what everybody else is doing? Do something new, do something different. But why did I like magazines? And I'll show you a reason. One of the other reasons why is because I'm a really, really old time 2000 AD fan, right? And really, really old time, like way back when I was 7 years old. That's when I got into comic books. My neighbor got me into it because he used to collect them every week. And so the weeklies, and they used to give out pencils. I've got a really, really old pencil that I was able to pick up about a year or so ago. And they'd give out like frisbees and stuff like that with it, stickers, and that's and badges, and that's what I wanted to do with the magazine. And that's my idea for this magazine, is to do that. Okay, that's me moving on enough. How about some questions? Yeah.
All right. So, do you want my opinion on why you're having trouble crowdfunding?
Sure.
All right. You have 9 days left. Why? Well, first off, it's a flexible goal. So as long as we get you to at least $100, you'll get some money in your pocket. Is $5,000 your necessity? Is that absolutely what you need to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So let's take a look at this. First, your video. 6 minutes. It's your honestly you're aiming for because your local audience is not showing up, right?
Yeah.
So you're looking to the American audience to back you, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So look at it in a different way. I want you to pretend this isn't your project and go over some things with me and tell me what you think about them. Sound fair?
Sure. No,
All right.
I'm all ears.
So let me ask you, if you saw this on a campaign, what would you make of it?
Yeah, it's hard to
Right?
yeah, I get what you mean.
Same thing with this art. And this could very well be an Indiegogo issue more than a you issue. This could have been you uploading a full
Indiegogo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This could very well be not necessarily your fault, but you have to understand it. You know what I mean? You're not showing the full image because I can see in the small little previews there are bigger pictures, but we're not seeing them. So what we could do is take those same pictures from up there and have them in here. All right? We're not seeing any art in here at all.
Right.
So that you know what this says to the American audience? Your book's not done. There's no art. You're giving us an idea. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what the American audience is going to see. Well, I guess he hasn't finished the idea yet. And when you have that with the American audience, you're going to have a lot of people who are going to be very nervous and backing you.
Right.
So what you want to do is start showing that art. As a matter of fact, I would take a moment and make an update where you had, what did you say there were, how many creators involved?
It's about 10 to 15.
Okay, so every single one of them should have a piece of art that they show off. I would reach out today, tell them you're doing a massive update. I need a piece of art that represents what you're doing. Give me something that advertises you. I don't care if it's a full page. I don't care if it's you making a collage of different things. I don't care if you give me an image that is going to showcase who you are and what you're creating. You have to give me it. I need it by tomorrow. This is just the reality of the situation. I need this tomorrow. And then you're not going to get it. Let me tell you, you're not going to get it. You're not. People are not
completed.
But I'm saying them giving you something back. People take 2 to 3 days. So here's what I suggest. In the meantime, you have the magazine completed, right?
Yeah, it's totally a PDF. It's all done.
You have your cover, right?
Yeah, the cover's there. Everything's solid. Everything's finished.
So let's see the cover. Where's the cover? Right now, what you've shown me is a menu, and you haven't shown me what. Imagine going to a restaurant and not seeing any pictures of food. I don't know how it is down there, but in America, they show you what things look like to appetize you. You're not appetizing me. You're making me worried that you don't know what you're doing without realizing it because we're so used to it. We're so ingrained to having a Kickstarter look a certain way, and without making it look that way, that's it. Now I'm going to bring in Larry because Larry showed up. Larry knows more about Indiegogo, honestly, than I do. So let's see what Larry thinks too. Welcoming in Larry from.
Oh, what's going on today, man?
What's going on? So,
hey, Larry,
we're looking at this Indiegogo and we're trying to help him out. He's got 9 days. He's got a big goal, 5,000. He's only at $15. He's not getting his local New Zealand. Am I right? New Zealand.
All right. So let's start with this, man. You got 9 days left. You only made $15 and you got a goal. How much?
$5,000.
Time to stop it right now. Time to stop it. It's embarrassing. Listen, Rob's absolutely right. You got absolutely no artwork here, dude. So what this tells people is you got an idea, and that's about it.
But he has a finished book, Larry.
Where?
It's all done.
Where? Let's see pictures of it. You know what I mean? Let's see you holding the book up. Let's see you flipping through the pages. Let's, like Rob said, let's see the cover art. Let's see some panel art. We're a visual people. Seeing is believing. All I see is a bunch of wall of text. That's boring as crap to me.
But look at this art, Larry. He's got fantastic art in this.
Yeah, but you only see it at the top of the page in these like tiny little boxes. And let me tell you something about Indiegogo. They crop the hell out of that shit, right?
Yeah.
So ask like Larry Holder of Time and Space, man. No, you need to like go into the campaign and put like big, huge pictures like in the story, in the summary, in the impact, because there's none of that's there because no one's getting any idea what your book is like through those 6 little preview panes.
Can we bring up one of your Indiegogos, Larry, to maybe show him how you've done an Indiegogo?
Well, I mean, I have like one Indiegogo.
Do you have a Kickstarter? I don't care what it is.
Yeah, here, let me send you a link there.
And I'm going to show you my Kickstarter to show you how I created my Kickstarter.
Look, I don't come across as any sort of expert or anything, but I mean, you know, you got to.
Ari, I'm going to show you how I created mine. Maybe you can learn from it. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is, while Larry gets us that, I'm going to just show you my Kickstarter. And this will give you an idea of, this is just my latest Kickstarter. This was an experimental Kickstarter at that. And you can see the artwork I used already on top. Notice the words, notice advertising. I'm definitely trying to encourage people to be excited about this project. I want them to look at it and say, hey, what is going on here? I'm going to make it a little bigger so you can see it a little easier. And then we're going to get Larry's in just a second.
Yeah, I just sent you the link.
My video, I'm not going to play it for full distance. I just want you to see once it starts that it's 90 seconds. No, this one was, 56 seconds. So I had only about a minute because the American audience, I don't know about Canada, Larry can speak to this. American audience, you have 30 to 60 seconds. If you can't win them in that time, you've lost them.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay, so Canada, about the same thing. And then I have some tantalizing art. I want to encourage people. I'm showing the cover. I'm showing all the stuff. I'm showing people I've done the book. The book is done. You're investing in something that's a finished property. And then I'm going in to even tell you about the philosophy behind the story. Why did I do this? And I'm showing you, for me, because I have other issues, I have other issues of the book put in, and it explains everything about where the story's gone. And then I even have different reward packages at the end of my page that show the different things that are involved in it, including the advocator. So not only am I using this as a platform to sell this book, but I'm also advertising other projects I've worked on. So I'm using this as a cross-promotion moment.
Is this under your story? Are you talking about here on the contents page? All of this is on the contents page?
Yeah, and I'm going to give you my link to show it to you.
I think my failure was thinking that the little thumbtack things that they put at the top would be full page displays, and not thinking that I should have put it into this area here where there's the summary, you know, what we need and so on. Yeah, so thank you for that. Carry on, please.
Here's and I'm going to pull up Larry's next. This is breakdown on actually. I guess he never launched this. So he never launched this, so this isn't a good one to use. Oh, you know Cyberfrog, right? There's a good one.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
this is a couple of hours ago.
So let's show one that's making an insane amount of money right now.
400 grand.
Here we go. And we'll go to the live one. I don't want to show you what they're doing on Indiegogo because I know their different platforms are sort of different. But notice that he's got it cropped to where he wants it. And even him, he's got some issues with the cropping. I don't think he paid attention on this image because it is hard because they do that. But then look, here's all the art. So it doesn't matter that art's missing. And the cool thing about it, and this is what you're really missing right here, honestly, you notice that he has images with the rewards. You can't do that on Kickstarter. You can only do that on Indiegogo.
What do you mean? Of course you can do that on Kickstarter.
You can't put an image in the rewards section.
Not in the rewards section, but you can certainly make a little advertisement.
No, I'm talking about just the rewards. Just the rewards section. He doesn't have anything there either. So you have a blank space in his rewards. See what I'm saying, Larry?
Yeah.
We could be putting art here. We could be putting covers. We could be putting different packages. You could be showing pictures of your team holding up the books. There's so much you could do with Indiegogo there that I think we're missing out on. And again, look at all the art, look at all the conversation, and a lot of people will add videos in. So what I would do is your 6-minute video, I would put later in the campaign. In here, right now, see, this is a wall of text. I'm already bored. I don't want to read that. But if he's got my attention like he does over here, notice there's no wall of text, and the text changes, the sizes changes, the boldness changes. There's all this different things. See that difference in the writing? And then over here, that's a lot of reading. And remember, don't forget it. And this is very important when it comes to crowdfunding. You're asking people to back you. You're asking people to throw money into something you're creating. You got to entice them. And, you know, you sound like you have a great project. We actually watched the videos. And I hear your passion. You're such a passionate guy about what you're doing. You hear the love coming off of you. You got to translate that into something that is, like Larry said, visual. So you know what your best art in the book is. That best art has to be all over here. This is what you want to draw people in. Look at that imagery right there. That is something that makes you want to buy a comic book. What in your project makes them want to buy a comic book? You got to find that. So, Larry, you got that link for me?
Yeah, I sent it to you on Facebook.
On Facebook? Okay, give me 1 second. Go ahead, Larry. Talk while I drag it out.
Well, I mean, at this point, I don't even know who you are. So I'm Larry, by the way. How's it going, man? But if this was my project, I'd pull it down. I would pull it down and relaunch. And yeah, I mean, obviously, just take all the advice that I've given you.
Do they allow you to relaunch?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The same project?
Oh yeah, my buddy Larry Holder's in the middle of doing that right now for Time and Space, the Lunar Rise. You know what I mean? Okay. So there's no problem with taking a strategic retreat, reevaluating, reassessing, and coming back stronger than ever. You know.
Excellent.
And you could always, and honestly, you could say, listen, in the middle of this, the coronavirus broke out. I know I made some mistakes. I realized I didn't connect with you guys. I want to take some time off. I want to come back strong. So I want to see what goes on with the coronavirus. I'm going to relaunch in about a month from now. And you take that month and you look at every Indiegogo campaign you can get your hands on. You get all your team to the same thing. Hey, guys, this is what we need to do. I need ideas. I want this to happen. I want you to make this happen. I hear how passionate you are. Turn that passion onto your team and be like, how can we make this successful? Let's all take a look and invite them to be part of the project. Invite them to do videos. Put their videos up. Tell them to put it on YouTube, and you'll add it to the campaign. And let them be excited about it. You have 10 teams. That's 10 more people than Larry gets when he starts out his project. He gets 10 teams that could be promoting the book beyond you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's a big opportunity. That's 10 street teams. Larry doesn't have 10 street teams. You're all covers to even talk about your campaign, Larry? Because you have all covers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, the people that worked on this book, like from Russ Cassidy to Steph Wilson to Paul Green, they've all advertised for me. They've all, put the links out. They've all, RB White especially right there, gorgeous cover by RB White. Paul Green and Ula Moss, of course, to me, bucket list.
Is this up right now?
No, this is over now. I'm in the middle of fulfillment, actually. So, I mean, and when you get stuff done, update. So, like, for instance, I got these brand new, where are they? Metal prints just yesterday. So later on today, I'll be taking a photo of these bad boys, and they'll all be going up on the update site for the project, right? And they'll also be going up on all my social media.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they're like, the camera here is not doing them no justice. Plus, they're in bags and balls. But these are metal prints. They're nice and shiny. They sold out. This was the first thing to sell out on my campaign. You know what I mean? Paul Green, we had a limited edition cover. Again, another thing that sold out, Yeah, there's some pictures of some lovely ladies enjoying Niobe right there.
But you notice the connection he's trying to make with the audience by doing this. He's trying to show you people interested in the project. He's trying to invite you. He wants you to be part of this conversation. He wants you to feel comfortable that, hey, look, people have bought the book, so it must be worth buying. Look at all the cool things he has. He's worked with industry cover artists. So he's offering me something special at my campaign. And and we're not trying to pick on you. I stress.
No. I'm paying total attention on this.
If we didn't think you had any potential, we wouldn't even waste our time, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, and again, it's all about enticing the reader. It's showing them that stuff. And we've just looked at the project, and now I'm going to show you something. This is your project. You see the stark difference between it?
Totally.
You got to understand that's how people are looking at this. They're coming out, and we've had this on the show, and we've had a couple people look at your video, and a lot of them get tired of it, and they're like, they all said it too. He seems like such a nice guy. I let it play for a little longer because he seems nice, but I don't know what the story's about. I don't know what any of the stories are about, and it's a 6-minute video. I know a lot of people won't give 6 minutes to a pitch at a show in front of you when they're not being judged by you. Looking at them as a human being, they're going to just look at this and go, I'm not really into it. And again, you have beautiful art. This project has some amazing, just this blows me away. This one picture is absolutely phenomenal. Great art, great line work, interesting color aspects to it. Same thing here, and I know you hold up the page. It's got the furry belt, and we were all even talking about, like, this, is that a costume, or does he hide his junk with the hair? Like, what's going on there? So we were having a conversation about the art once we found it, and we only found it because I was like, you know, this guy wants to be on the program. We haven't been able to connect. I really want to look at it this week. And so we took it apart, and we looked at it. And I was like, I wonder if these images are any good. And then one of the first images we saw was the head cut off. So then we were like, I wonder if this is an adult magazine. Is that a penis? Because you say it's an adult magazine. And is it adult? Is there sexuality? Are you sure it's an adult magazine? Like because I make a book for adults. I mean, I have no problem with that. But when you call it adult, understand most people expect pornography involved.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
So if you're calling it an adult magazine, they're expecting there to be sex. And I'm not seeing any art that's sex. And again, I have no problem with a book full of sex. So
what's your name, bud?
For me, it was basically there was nudity and stuff like that. Like that first, you know, you're talking about the furry guy. It's, you know, he's a demon. The one he's part of the story called Templeton. And the blue guy in a blue shirt is Templeton, and the center is the red guy. And so they were basically from in hell, right? So there's hell real. I wanted the story in there that's in there is called Behemoth, as part of a more bigger graphic novel. But so I don't want anybody to flip through it and go, oh, there is all this brass all over here, or there's people getting killed, having heads chopped off, and that sort of thing. So I thought I don't want to censor the art, and I don't want to censor what's going on in it. So I did it. Let's just put it on it. And whenever somebody else comes in with more mature stuff, I'm okay to still put it in there. Because once you know, I don't want to go mature and then somebody later on putting something more nudity or whatever, as you said, pornography or eroticism in there. And then somebody go, why did you change? Why is it changed now? You know, you're doing this and that. And I thought, let's just forget about that. Just go stamp adults on there, and then it's okay to use. You know, it's like heavy metal is what I really went after. I went about heavy metal mixed with wizard was what I was after.
Heavy metal it does a lot of sexuality.
Used to.
Yeah.
They kind of toned down now.
No, they're going back the other way now. Actually, they're gonna start doing more adult themed again. I guess it's the swing of the pendulum. The Me Too kind of backed them off, but now they're actually asking. I recently saw where they're asking for more stories that are pushing the limits. So they're going to be heading back into their old school methodology.
That's the latest issue of Heavy Metal right here, actually.
Yeah.
Return of Turner. Come on. Yeah.
So you have this industry that when you say adult, they expect more pornography. Or they expect nudity, or they expect sexual somehow conversations. Like, what exactly are you? Is it because my book's about fetish? So yes, it's an adult book. There's no way to walk that back. I'm not trying to call it anything but what it is. It's an adult tale, and it is something that is geared towards adults. I don't want children picking up my book. That's why I use the word adult. You're talking about graphic violence. That's almost in every indie comic. I think just by being indie, you're covered because they expect something out of the ordinary. If you're worried about that, I would suggest, you know, calling it the Sunspot magazine, meant for older readers. If
I would take it all out and put in mature readers, right?
Or mature readers, yeah. But when you say adult, it's a what do they call it? A black flag?
Well, it's like, you know, you go to the video store and they have the adult section in the back. You're not going to find R-rated violent movies there. No, you're going to find the porn there, right? So, I mean, if you look at comic books like Rags, for instance, from Antarctic Press, you know, you have Regina running around with no pants killing zombies. Sexy book, but still lots of violence. Still not considered adult, you know.
We're welcoming in Varian, the Kid Grant. And he's seen this on Kickstarter.
Varian, one of my favorite dudes of all time. Dude, how you doing, Varian?
How's it going?
Now, remember, Varian, this was the one with that 6-minute video with the really passionate guy, but we weren't seeing art? He's here with us. The actual creator was, and we're trying to help him how to improve it.
So let's I want to know the creator's name. What's your name, sir?
Ari.
Ari. Okay.
Are you?
But I go by Malfunction as my creator name.
Okay. And how long have you been doing this for, by chance? I'm just trying to get to know you a little bit here.
Comics. I think I started getting into comics more like doing it, writing it about 2007.
Okay.
But
so
I've only just been back in after head injuries in 2013, and then comic shop in 2014, and then back in, closed that, and then came back in 2018. So I've only been back into this.
With this project, are you the artist, the writer, the creator? Like, what's your role as far as Sunspot Magazine?
I'm a writer on two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Two of the short stories, because they're complete short stories, all of them. And I'm the chief editor of it. Sorry,
Sure. I know.
Not the interviewer, but the guy who puts it all together. I've got actual journalists who write the articles for me.
Mm-hmm.
And both here in New Zealand and one in America, Don, and Ayla here in New Zealand. She's a journalist, works as a journalist, and so it's
follow-up question.
Yeah, so,
what have you done to promote this project?
All over Twitter, on our Facebook, on YouTube. I've just started a YouTube channel, trying to get back into it.
Now, have you been on any
radio?
Shows?
So,
have you made the rounds, talked to some people, get on some programs, that sort of stuff?
This is my first one.
Okay, we need to revamp that right away. So when you take your month break, assuming that that's what you do, when you come back, I want you to come on my show. I'm sure Varian will take you on his show. I'm sure Rob will bring you back on. And there are a ton of other people that you should be reaching out to and trying to get the word out. Because quite honestly, in the quarantine sort of world we're in right now, a lot of people are going to YouTube, and a lot of people are, you're doing the right things with social media, Twitter and Facebook and all the usuals, but you want people to see who you are. You want people to hear that passion. You want to be able to come on camera and, grab your comic book like I do sometimes and show it to the people, say, hey, it's a real thing. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be able to do all that.
Sorry, my piece of sellotape over my camera started falling back down again.
No, that's all right.
Also, a little bit of advice.
It was like blurring me out.
I got some advice for you. This is real world, and then I want Varian to talk a little bit because I feel bad because he's barely said a word, and that's not like Varian. But
usually Randy cuts them off, But.
No, but this is serious. I want you to look at your page, and I want you to realize when people check to see who you are, they're going to see you talking a lot about politics while you're running a campaign.
Oh, yeah.
That is whether or not you're believing what you say, and I'm not telling you what to believe in here. Trust me, I'm not. I want you to look at it from a different point of view. You're showing your audience that you're very political. So now they're going to think your magazine is political. Is your magazine political?
I thought that was locked off to everybody. The only people that are able to get to it is if I invite them to it. Because it's my small family page kind of thing. And close friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I do have another one, which is called Malfunction, which is where, there's more of a public page. And then we have Comic Trade,
I got you.
which is my business page. So if you go to Comic Trade, 2 words.
Is it here? No. Malfunction.
Comic and then space and then trade.
Comic Trade.
Hopefully it comes up.
It might not come up with how many people I know. But send me a link, and we're going to let Varian talk. Send it to my
Yeah, I remember the magazine that I remember the video. So the magazine, and you correct me if I'm wrong, because you guys may have went over this already. So the magazine is for adults. So does it have like original stories in there, or are you taking people? Do you allow people to put stories in there to kind of promote their books, or like what purpose is the magazine going to serve? Is it just you may have already answered this. I'm sorry, I came in late, but it's a completely finished. Everything's in digital. PDFs all completed. It's at the publisher. Once it's the thing, the go-ahead will be just to go after the printers, really. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So all the artwork, all the articles, everything's done.
So you're going to print it anyway, then it's all done. You're not like, because I see you got 9 days left on your campaign. Was that 9 days?
Rebel was saying that I could I'm probably just going to pull it down and have a look at it, start from scratch.
He's only made
to the advice you guys are doing.
Right? I mean, at this point, with 9 days left, it's probably highly unlikely he's going to make goal.
Yeah.
So at this point, you pull it down, amp it up, make it spicier, make it look a little cooler, make the rounds, do some promotion, and I'm sure you'll be able to make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that look, a comic magazine. Since Wizard is gone, I mean, we've all talked about that and having one, and it could be pretty cool. I mean, you got a lot of different artists in there, and if the book is put together nicely, you might want to show that full cover of that pretty magazine cover. If you show that off, that will help people really want to, in my opinion, like when I see the finished product, like Larry said, he holds up his Niobe book. There's the book. I want that. I gotta hold that. I want that in my hands, and they see it's a tangible thing. Even if you gotta do a mock-up, just make sure that mock-up is.
It's running in my head as you guys are talking to talk to my local printer and try to get one done because of where we're at right now. We probably could.
Yeah. Actually, the book I was holding up was a mock-up. Right, I'm actually supposed to get my real shipment of books in sometime today. I'm pretty pumped, actually.
Yeah, so you get that mock-up, just sit there and show people what it's gonna look like, and then when you get an actual one, flip through it, talk about the articles, what they can read. Otherwise, I think in your video, the last one, I'm trying to recall my thoughts from it. I think that it want to see more of the book, talk about what they're going to get in the book, what we're going to be able to read, see, and then when you do your campaign too, maybe throw in something, see if you can't get, a poster, a Sunspot poster thrown in there, or just something, because you want to increase the brand. You want people to turn to Sunspot, especially when they want you're going after adult collectors too. So you can, you're not, the ideas that you can manifest for that magazine are a lot bigger than buttons. The sky's the limit what you can put in there. You can put
postcards.
Yeah. Like do me a favor, go get one of those.
I'll be honest with you. You want to show up today at 4 p.m. We're doing a panel about crowdfunding anyway. So at 4 p.m., you really want to come learn from all the people we have lined up for today. You got the thing, Varian?
Yeah. I'm gonna have I'll try to stop by there. I want to show you guys.
The thing was talking about earlier and before Varian came on was how with 2080 and stuff like that, giving away free post stickers and stuff with a magazine. So I had stickers made up, and
so
we're going to do.
Why isn't that on the Indiegogo? Why don't you have a picture of you holding the stickers?
That's why I like the fact that you're telling me guys, what I should need to do, because I didn't think about it.
Yeah,
all these things.
I'm going to show you this
it
card.
Didn't cross my mind at all.
I'm going to show you this card, and I found one because I had to find one that was clean enough, because I know we're on different social networks, but I found one that was clean enough. So this, my wife has a ton of cards that her grandfather's bequeathed onto her. So we're putting them all in boxes, and he had a bunch of cards from Olivia. And something like this, but because it's an adult card, an adult magazine, there's nothing stopping you from doing a card, having an artist do a card, just of somebody, some character. I'm pretty sure, somebody who has a book that does skew towards adults might be willing to, put a risque card of one of their characters inside of your, So it's all about trying to get that type of, I'm going to use a big word here, synchronicity.
Well, I mean, if he wants some scantily art with some tied up girls, I could help him.
Exactly. Exactly.
I might be able to ring something, but
and not even pornographic all the time, but even just you know what we consider to be adult. You know, so
Did you just
even,
call my book pornographic variant?
yes, I did. I'm just kidding.
Right.
I'm out of here. No,
I could tell what Rob's going to say. Show me where the sex is. Show me where the porn is. Because we've had that discussion, right?
Well, no, even a picture that Larry really can't push anywhere else of Niobe. Maybe somebody drew a picture of Niobe and they went a little too far. Larry's comfortable with the picture, but he doesn't know where to promote it.
Though I keep saying I'm going to push it a step further, though.
Yeah.
Right?
But I do think that your magazine could do well. I'm a little concerned about shipping on it, but other than that, yeah.
Well, have you thought about teaming with a United States person like Varian, who's a publisher?
Yeah, well, we use Rising Sun ComiX.
Mm-hmm. See, yeah. I mean,
we're basically partnering up with them.
That's about as sexy as we've gotten so far.
You could do I mean, for a magazine, and I'm gonna say this, and Rob, get the timestamp, get the date. I'm gonna say this. For a magazine, you could use Print Center USA. Because how do we get magazines in the mail, guys?
Well, usually they fold them up and just cram them in a mailbox like stealing Solo.
I know, really. What are you suggesting right now?
If he's doing a magazine, he's printing and shipping to the United States. Technically, he could use Print Center USA.
No, but what I'm saying is you team up with someone in the United States to have them distribute it.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah, that could be done.
We do have a distributor.
Yeah,
Publisher to publish this for us.
Yeah.
There you go. ComiX is our partner in that.
Yeah. So I would pull the current campaign down. Can you now? I have a question for you guys who've done Kickstarter because I've never done a crowdfunding campaign.
Whoa.
But there you go.
And that actually technically is okay on public streams. That's just anything over that, and we're getting taken down.
Right.
I got a question. I know that you guys everyone here has done campaigns except for me. But if you take down because we just see Mike Miller, his Blessed His Mess didn't fund, and so it says unsuccessful. That stays on your record, right? You had okay. If I pull the campaign down before it closes, that's still on my record.
Oh yeah. So with Niobe #2, it looked like I was going through a breakup with Tanya. It didn't look like the book was going to fund. Mm-hmm. So I did exactly what I suggested to our friend here. Is I did a strategic retreat. Right, like halfway through the campaign, I'm like, I don't think this is going to fund. I pulled it. I waited a month, revamped it, came back, and then met goal. Mm-hmm. But yes, if you go look at my campaigns, like say you follow me on Kickstarter, you click on my name as a creator, it will show you all my successful campaigns, and it'll show you the ones that either have failed or I canceled.
Okay. So basically, what it comes down to is in the court system here in the States, at least, there's not guilty, there's guilty, and there's no contest. No contest sounds a lot better legally than I'm gonna put in a guilty verdict. I did it.
Yeah, never plead guilty. You let them convict you.
Yeah,
let them convict you.
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe pull it. I'd rather have that canceled on my record that I canceled the campaign rather than it didn't fund.
No, I forgot I was still screen
sharing. He's gonna screen share his love letters pretty soon.
I don't want you guys to see anything like that.
Remember,
I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Failure is not a bad thing. It's a learning moment.
Mm-hmm.
It means you did something.
I'm always willing to listen to any information I can get. I'm a sponge.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just
and then you know, radio DJ, so interviewing people all the time. So I always tell them I'm a sponge.
Yeah.
So why aren't you interviewing your teams? Interview every person on the book. That's your YouTube show now for the next month before you relaunch. Interview every.
I'm already setting up. I'm trying to set up one with a guy from Argentina. I've been waiting to get because of the lockdowns. It's where we get.
You know where he is. He's locked down at home. Get his ass on a camera.
It shouldn't be hard to find people right now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
find them now.
It's much easier. You're right.
Hiding from you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We have a panel in just over an hour, so everyone say their goodbyes. So I got to start.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Tell them where they can find you. We're gonna go starting with how you guys came in. Tell them where they can find you, and announce your new Kickstarter date. I would suggest June 1st at this point. Oh no, May 1st. What do you think, Larry? May 1st?
Well, I don't know. It depends on how much work he's got to do. He might want to wait till June 1st.
June 1st. Yeah, I would aim for June 1st. So that's my last thing to you. Tell them where they can find you. I'm going to mute because Jax is going crazy.
What do you mean where they can find me? Hey guys, my name's Malfunction. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, on YouTube, and also on our Plunge NZ on Facebook, as well as if you want to jump on our New Zealand live stream community comic book pop culture page. It's comic.nz on Facebook. If you search that out, or Comic Trade, 2 words. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys checking this video out. Thank you. Kakitano from New Zealand.
Oh, I guess it's my turn. Well, if I'm not under a rock, it's Rebel Comics and Gaming over on YouTube. I live stream on like DLive, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. So in like about 15 minutes, I'm gonna go live with some live DOA. Simping ain't easy. Other than that, man, you guys can find me at Niobe Comic on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So Niobe Comic, and this goes out to you, Malfunction. Add me up on those things so we can talk later on and help you promote. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you.
And I am the best ever. No, I'm Varian Grant. I've co-owned my own publishing company for the last 8 years. Also, which is called Last Call Comics. Also, started up Indie Volt Media LLC. Did that all by my lonesome. It's all mine. And been having a lot of fun helping people find out and be educated comics, as well as making a lot of friends in any community outside of even my little small circle here in Michigan. So you can find me online, Varian Grant on Facebook. I'm on the Twitter at kid_V. That's KYD_V. Thanks, Facebook. LastCallComics.com. WhenWeRiot.com is my personal website, as well as you can find Last Call Comics on Facebook, Indie Vote on Facebook, all that good stuff. I'm always willing to talk comics, or pretty much anything.
So Lola wants to know where you're moving since you did it all by yourself.
Yeah. I did it all by myself. Everything's by myself. Yeah. She's in the back. She's like,
And you guys will be live tonight on your panel, your most educated panel in indie comics.
Yeah. Word is
yes.
Word. Yeah. We got some guests. We got Larry Holder. It's gonna come on. I'm working on another guest that I can't announce right now because he hasn't confirmed. But that'll be cool. And then also, we're gonna open with something we haven't done before. I think everybody's going to want to tune in.
It's funny. I get a message from Larry Holder. He's like, "Where's the link to the show?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's, Varian Grant show. He thought you were like going to interview him like 10 a.m. this morning.
It's I'll send them. It's 9 p.m. But we will. We're gonna do something we haven't done yet. I think everyone wants to tune in. I'm hearing that we may have some books, some limited edition books for auction tonight. Even on
is that on YouTube?
Yeah, it'll be on YouTube. Indie Volt.
What's the name on the YouTube?
INDIE Volt, VOLT.
Volt like a battery or the Chevy car.
Yeah, VOLT, Indie Volt. And I'll tell you right now, it'll be an auction like you guys have never seen before, because
I'll be there, man.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been a production of the Indie Advocates Network, part of the OnCon panels and videos we're doing to keep you guys entertained. Keep up the chin. We are not dying. Comics aren't going anywhere. The only place comics are going is into readers' hands. So support Kickstarter, support Indiegogo. Show up for all these guys' shows. Get some awesome books tonight at 9 p.m. And check back in 1 hour as we go to Kickstarter to our crowdfunding 201, where we talk about advanced stuff. And yes, we'll answer anyone's question. I'll see everyone then. See you in 1 hour. And for those of you watching from the future, don't judge us because we were scared of a coronavirus. I know you found a cure. Be nice.
It's 7:55.